NFL draft nerds, welcome in to Rogue Football. Right now, we're taking a look at Arch Manning. I think flipping the page, turning the page towards 2026 NFL draft, which that's what we're doing here. It is all draft all the time at Rogue Football. If you enjoy the draft, you're in the right place. Please like and subscribe. So, Arch Manning, I think that you'd be remiss to start the 2026 NFL draft discussion anywhere else than with Arch Manning. And it's possible he won't even be in the draft. That is very possible. But the way I see it, Arch Manning is uniquely positioned with his family, with his talent level, with his current situation, to be able to be the number one pick from a consensus standpoint by a wide margin in 2026. I think he is going to play incredibly well in 2025 for the Texas Longhorns. I think he's unbelievably talented. And I do think the way he has handled himself coming from football's first family and being humble, being competitive, being determined to be as great as he can be, despite having this last name of Manning, very impressive. So we're going to talk about Arch Manning, why I believe he is positioned, if he wants to come out after 2025, to be easily the number one pick in the 2026 NFL draft. I'm excited to get into it. I think it's a fascinating storyline, with the Manning family, obviously having another quarterback from that family positioned to be a really high draft pick, position to be a star quarterback in college football and probably the NFL as well. So it's exciting stuff. And you could certainly say, oh, well, he's a Manning. He's going to be a great quarterback, right? You've seen Archie, his grandpa, his uncles, Peyton and Eli. Obviously, his dad was a talented receiver as well. Unfortunately, had a career-ending injury very early on once he got to college. So wasn't able to kind of pursue his professional career and collegiate career the way he wanted to, but another very talented guy. So the thing about Arch I love from a personality standpoint is I think he's kind of got a mix of all of them. And I think from a talent standpoint, he does as well. But personality-wise, he's very gracious and humble. You can tell that he feels like he hasn't deserved or earned any of the hype that he's getting right now, which is really what you want in a guy. But he's also very competitive. He talks about his goals are to go win a natty, win the national championship. That's what comes to mind first. It's not be the number one pick. It's not win the Heisman. He wants to go win a national championship, and everything else will fall in line, he believes, if they do that. And I think that's a great way to look at things. But he comes off incredibly humble, hardworking, and as a leader. And I think because he has that style of personality, combined with the fact that he does have Peyton Manning, Eli Manning, his own father, and his grandpa to lean on to be able to help navigate different situations, and he is leaning on them, that is a massive, massive advantage for him moving forward, to have those guys in his back pocket. That's huge. And I think he's going to take full advantage of that, and I think it's going to help him a lot. But beyond that stuff, just his play on the field screams elite quarterback prospect. So when I look through my basic notes on him, NFL size, NFL name, obviously, but 6'4", 225 pounds. He might be a shade under 6'4", but he's got the size. I mean, he's got the height that NFL teams are looking for and the frame that NFL teams are looking for. He is a very good athlete with playmaking and creation ability, both as a passer and a runner, right? This is not Peyton Manning or Eli Manning level athleticism. I mean, he plays more like his grandpa did, Archie. He's got the playmaking ability and the athleticism to back it up, and that's a big deal. And so, he can make plays with his legs. I don't think you're necessarily going to have a ton of designed runs for him at the next level or any stretch by any stretch of the imagination, but I do think when he needs to, He's got excellent pocket movement. He's got excellent athleticism within the pocket, and then he can get out and run. I mean, you've seen him shake defenders, you've seen him run past defenders, and then also not just from a running standpoint, but from a getting out of the pocket, throwing off platform, throwing on the run. You see all that stuff from him as well. He is accurate to all levels of the field with a strong arm. It's not like a Josh Allen level arm, but he has a very strong arm. And overall, he's made really good decisions with the football. And the one big thing, kind of elephant in the room, he only threw 90 passes last year. So again, this takes a lot of projecting forward. But even with that, everything you saw in his 101 dropbacks last year to me screams top pick, right? 9 touchdowns to 2 interceptions from a passing standpoint. He also had 4 rushing touchdowns, fumbled the ball a few too many times. I think he had 4 fumbles, something like that. But this is a guy who big time throw percentage, 6.4%, turnover worthy play percentage, 1.9%, right? He has controlled aggression out there. You see him take a lot of deep shots. You absolutely do. But they're generally, and again, there was a couple moments where it was like that was a learning moment. I thought he got way too aggressive against Louisiana Monroe, but that's a situation where you look at it and against UTSA and Louisiana Monroe last year, his 2 games where he played a lot to start the season, they were in really, really good situations. Like they were up by a ton. And I think when you get up by a ton early in a game, sometimes you kind of revert to practice mode and you start seeing what you can get away with. That's what you do in practice more than you do in a game, right? So to me, that wasn't really indicative of the way he actually plays. I was so impressed with the way he played against Mississippi State. And a lot of the stuff against UTSA and Louisiana Monroe was awesome too. But he started that whole game against Mississippi State and he lit them up. He played great football. So the things I see from him as a passer that I'm not seeing from some of the other guys, like Lenoris Sellers, like Fernando Mendoza, like Drew Aller or Cade Klubnik, I think he has all the physical tools you could want. I think he's more accurate with the football than all those guys. I think he makes better decisions with the football than all those guys outside of, I mean, Drew Aller generally makes very good decisions. He shows the ability to throw with anticipation. Again, he's got that pocket movement, the escapability. I think all you need to see with Arch is more reps, honestly. Again, 90 attempts last year, 61 completions, adjusting completion percentage over 76.5. I think all the underlying metrics are there, but what you see from him, again, the anticipation, the ability to have controlled aggression, to know when to take his shots, and then to deliver perfect dimes all over the field. You see him absolutely ripping throws over the middle of the field. You see the time to throw is a lot better than the other guys as well. He will get the ball out quickly at times. I think that he just has a better feel for playing the position than the rest of the quarterbacks do that you're looking at being maybe at the top of the class next year. And really, when I look at Arch Manning and I start thinking about what he could be compared to some of the other quarterbacks we've seen come out in recent years, he might be as good as any of them. Right? Over the last decade. He has that type of talent. He has that type of ability. And it's not just in the name. I do think the name, because he's humble and because he's willing to reach out for advice, actually helps him a ton. Again, having those guys that he can reach out to, Peyton and Eli and Archie and even his dad. But the talent level is supreme here. It really is. And he's a natural. So I think that Arch is going to prove to be everything you want him to be. Now, will he come out for the 2026 NFL draft? There's like scuttlebutt and rumors that he might stay. I don't know. No one knows. But I think there's a pretty damn good chance that if he ends up winning a national title, winning a Heisman, what else is there left to do but go be the number 1 pick? And whichever team is able to add him to their roster, whether it's in 2026 or 2027, they're going to be very happy they did. I think he's going to end up being one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. And yeah, that's based off a very small sample size. Could this absolutely blow up in my face? Sure. I don't think it will, because again, I see the talent. I see the competitiveness combined with the humbleness. I think it's all there for Arch Manning to go out and be an absolute superstar at Texas and then be one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL and a number 1 overall pick. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section below. Am I jumping the shark? Is it too early to be saying all this? Maybe, but I don't think so. I'm ready to kind of, put my stamp on this and say I strongly believe this is going to happen with Arch. Again, let me know what you think in the comment section below. If you enjoy the content, please like and subscribe. Y'all have a good one.